Hi there guys, welcome back to a brand new tutorial by myself, Mr. Feudal. Today we're going to be covering terraforming. Now this tutorial is really aimed at brand new players to Life is Feudal. I hope you enjoy this, I hope you learn something. Thanks again for watching. Hi there guys, welcome to the terraforming tutorial. Now as I said in the intro, this will be for early or new players to Life is Feudal. So I hope this helps you. For experienced players and regular players, you might pick up a tip or two. Have a watch. Anyway, let's get to the tutorial. So when you spawn in, you probably won't have what I'm wearing right now. So you'll probably be naked with a couple rags, etc, etc. Gather some tools, gather some items, create some tools. The tool that you want to create is your shovel, your primitive shovel. Eventually you'll get an iron shovel, which will speed up this process drastically. So the skill that we want to focus on is artisan. Now we want to raise and lower the terrain level. Now I'm going to show you a wee tip. Press F3. This is called the observe mode. The observe mode used to be in the skill tree. Actually, it used to be in the the terraforming skill tree, but now they've singled it out to an F3 keybind. So you're probably wondering, what are all these numbers? All of these numbers represent the level of the land. The level of the land can determine where you build. For example, the level of the land up there is like 100, over 100 anyway. So down here, it's at 6.7, 6.6. Now this is a good little area to start building in because it's relatively flat. For new players, I urge you guys, don't build in a place where it's going to be a lot of terraforming and a lot of, grindy lowering and raising the land, because it will spoil the game for you and you'll burn out eventually. So start in an area where it's relatively flat. Now I've chosen this area because, again, it's relatively flat. So I want to build to the level of 6.7. Now to grind the skill of artisan, you can either create primitive tools. The way I do it is to just raise and lower the ground. So I'm going to choose this tile right here. I'm going to lower the ground. My character will go into a digging animation. And what will happen is you'll have picked up some of this stuff, some fertile soil. Now notice how it lowered the ground by 0.1 of a level. This is going to help us because now I can place that dirt here. Watch what happens. I'll produce this because there's only one load. And you can see now that tile right there is 6.7. That tile's there is 6.7. These tiles right here, this 2x3 column right here, is able to be flattened. So to flatten a tile, you have to be level 30. And as soon as you reach that, go to your artisan skill, right click flatten ground, left click the ground, and the tile would turn a nice green. Now stand in that tile and start leveling the tiles around you. So see these tiles right here, how they're just taking one tile at a time, or one action of it at a time, should I say. A wee bit of lag, that's my bad. There we go, turn solid green, 6.7 again, and then 6.7 again. Easy peasy, right? Now, see for example, there's even more tiles over here, so find all the tiles that are the same level and quickly terraform them and flatten them out. But for tiles like 6.6, 6.5, or even above your preferred level, which is 6.7, you'll have like 6.9 and upwards. Simply just left click on it. Your flatten ground skill allows you to pick up dirt. It allows you to either scale down or scale up the terrain. So see how it's at 6.7 now? There we go. Now as you can see, we've picked up 2 loads of fertile soil. So find an area with 6.5. There's one right there. Let's mass produce this. Drop 1 load. Drop 2 loads, 6.7. Left click, flatten the ground. There we go. We now have a 3x3 in order to build something. Now, to build anything in this game to start out with, you're going to be wanting a home. And a home, which is a tiny plaster shack or a tiny wooden shack, requires you to have a 4x4 flattened area. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to flatten out 6.8 to 6.7. There we go. And what we can do is flatten that tile, flatten this tile. And what we'll do is we'll scale down 6.9 to 6.7. So one more, flatten the ground. Okay, now there's 6.4. We have 3 loads of dirt that can be put on this, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Flatten the ground. Now, I'm going to let you in a little tip here. Say for example, all of your land is declining and you don't want to take away some of that land because eventually it'll cause a little landslide. You'll see that in the game eventually. So my recommendation is go to the beach and pick up sand. Now can you see how I've picked up 30 sand here? I'm going to show you exactly what happens when you pick up sand. It's a little bit different from picking up any type of dirt. So I'm going into my digging animation, picking up sand. Notice how I only picked up 15. I've picked up the equivalent of 3 loads. 3 loads of sand. Now watch this, right? I'm going to level this to 6.6, right? It's only going to take 15 sand. There we go. And then I'm going to level this twice to 6.6. There we go. Right? Now pick up some fertile soil, or some soil in general. I'm going to pick up 2 loads from this area. There we go. 2 loads. And I'm going to dump them on top of the sand. Right? So 1 here. Produce it. Produce means you only do 1 action. Mass produce means you do infinite actions, so long as you have the amount of materials in your inventory. So notice how it's kind of sandy and it's kind of dirty. Right click, flatten ground, flatten the ground. Watch what happens. I'm going to toggle my observation mode for this. Can you see the sand? You can't. You can't see the sand. It doesn't look like you've used sand. Sand doesn't allow you to build anything. So what you can do now is you've got your 4x4. You can go to materials prep if you've got it at level 30. Build your tiny plaster shack. Let me just align it. There we go. Close my inventory. And there you go. You've got the starting point of Life is Feudal, which is basically a tiny plaster shack and some terraformed land. Now you can use these tips and tricks with snow as well. So you can use sand and snow to upgrade the area around you, then place fertile soil on the very last level that will allow it to be flattened out. Now, it's getting a little bit dark and I'm going to cut it off here. I hope all the new players are enjoying Life is Feudal. I hope to see you in the game. If you actually found this helpful, guys, give it a big like. If you want to subscribe to me, ring that wee bell as well. You'll get more tutorials throughout the days. I upload every 3 days just to give my research a wee bit of, buff here and there. If there's anything you didn't understand, leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm Mr. Feudal. See you all later.